How many more men to come, mister?
6, sir. I hope they're a better lot than the ones that joined yesterday.
Good morning, Mr. Pike.
Morning, miss.
By the way, Mr. Pike, we've another passenger this voyage besides my daughter.
Another passenger, sir?
Yes, a Mr. Jack Pathurst.
Daddy, you never told me. Who is he?
A writer chap from the continent. Quite well known, I believe. He's going to write an account of the voyage for the papers.
That will be exciting. Where is Mr. Pike?
There he is, I fancy.
Launch coming alongside, sir.
Here comes the crazy gang.
Hello there. Hello.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, nothing, sir.
What's your name?
Charles Davis, sir.
What are you limping for?
Oh, I'm not limping, sir.
All right. Line up there. Cold, eh? We'll soon warm you up, my lad. Where were you raised? You're no seaman.
Well, if you really want to know, old sock,
Don't take that tone with me. You say, sir, when you're talking to the officers of this ship. Yeah?
Oh, sure.
Sir!
Sure. Sir.
What's your name?
Please, sir. Peabody, sir.
We'll take a reef in that. Shorty will do for you.
Yes, sir. Shorty.
Now, listen to me. The bunch of you. Whatever you were before you came aboard, now that you're here, you'll work like men or I'll know the reason why. First man who bats an eye or even looks like batting an eye will get plenty. Now get for it. Be ready in half an hour to turn to. Get up!
I can't. I'm froze stiff.
Froze tight, you mean? Pick yourself up, or you'll feel the toe of my boot. I don't think much of this lot, Mr. Miller. They look as if they're out of a prison hospital.
Not so easy to find men willing to ship in the Elsinore.
What? What's wrong with the ship?
Oh, not much wrong with the ship, Mr. Pike.
So this is where we have to bunk, is it?
Say, aren't you Bert Ryan?
That's me.
I thought I knew your face.
Aren't you with the Tony crowd? That's right.
Listen, my name is Murphy, and this is my partner, Kid Twist.
How do you do? Pleased to meet you. Say, what kind of a racket is this?
Oh, it's not so bad when you get used to it, but you have to mix with a pretty rough crowd, though. Hey, where's your louse trap?
Louse trap?
Hey, your bunk. Well, you better come in with us. Hey, kid, get that Roberts out.
Hey, Dave Roberts, it's out of it. Come on, Roberts. Come on. Come on. Get out of that.
Come on, Roberts. Get out of it. There you are, buddy. Make yourself at home.
Thanks.
What's eating you, pal?
Someone's coming out.
Are they after you? Leave it to me. I'll have a look.
Captain. I brought your passenger aboard. Oh, yes, sir. Now, let me introduce Mr. Pathurst, Captain West. Glad to meet you, Mr. Pathurst. Mr. Pike. Sir. My mate, Mr. Pathurst, our passenger. How do you do? I hope you'll be comfortable aboard, Mr. Pathurst. We'll be getting underway shortly.
Thank you.
Well, my boy,
You'll be all right here.
now here's a little money in advance of royalties for your return journey.
Thank you, old man. and
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
old chap.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Captain.
Me show gentleman in cabin.
Thank you. Lead the way.
It's only a passenger. You've got nothing to worry about.
All the crowd are aboard now, sir.
All right, Mr. Pike. As soon as you're all ready for it, we'll get underway.
All hands forward. Come on, you fellas. Man the windlass.
Come along, you mugs. Man the windlass.
That's tied already.
Man the what? The windlass. What the heck is that? You'll soon find out. Come on.
You men in the train, lugger.
Gentlemen, comfortable here. In best cabin ship. Captain's cabin.
Oh, good. It's very nice of him.
In plenty tough officer. Clue all bad men. Buggy out. By catching plenty trouble. You see?
Yes, indeed. Come on, Andy. Let's see Mr. Pike.
Oh, that's the way it's done in this ship. We must have a look at things.
Oil your gear and stow that talk.
Look, you, sir. First, we must have an understanding.
Use your tool.
Just a moment. The maritime laws strictly forbid the officers to use brutalities in their treatment of their men.
All right, my man.
Ah! But, Mr. Mate, you've not only infringed the maritime law, look you, but you've also done... Sir, I call upon you for a witness to this officer's brutal treatment.
Surely the man shall be given a hearing.
Mr. Passenger, I'll trouble you not to meddle with the working of the ship. Get on with your work. A lot of you.
Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Shove all the stuff back again. Don't you understand? Pack it up again.
Gentlemen leaving?
Yeah, gentlemen leaving. I'm going ashore in the tug. Where's the captain?
Put your backs into it!
Oh, where's the captain, my man? Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're Mr. Pathurst. I'm
Yes.
Captain West's daughter.
You.
Is there anything I can do?
No. You must excuse me. I didn't expect...
Any females on board?
No.
I'm sorry. They should have warned you. You mustn't worry about me. I'm just like one of the crew.
Is this your first trip, Miss West?
Oh, no. I've been at sea with Father since my mother died 3 years ago.
Mr. Pike.
Oh. Well, if you stood 3 years of it, I suppose I can stand 3 months. I get bored.
No, there's always something going on. Now, for instance,
What are they doing now?
setting sails. It's worth watching.
Really?
charming young frigate I chanced to espy. Hero, blow the man down. I hailed her in English, she spoke me in Dutch. Hero, blow the man down. So I backed my main yard and I hove myself to. Hero, blow the man down. So up with the anchor, we're off with the tide. Heave-ho, blow the man down. The sails are all set, for the ocean is wide. Heave-ho, blow the man down.
Why is he glaring at you like this?
That's O'Sullivan. A good sailor, but not very strong in the head.
I shouldn't have thought this ship was a suitable place for a young woman.
Why not?
There are certain things I've seen here.
Well, you mustn't be sure what happened on deck, Mr. Pathurst. The sea is hard, you know. How are they working, Mr. Pike?
They're a poor lot, miss. But I'll lick 'em into shape.
You'll get used to the mate's little ways in time. He ain't nothing now to what he was 20 years ago when he was in the Blue Nose ships. He was tough then.
I've heard he'd hang a man by the wrist to the mizzen shroud.
Yeah, but what did he do that for?
Maybe he spoke out of his turn. You better not try any of that stuff with me.
Oh, he cannot cut those capers nowadays. No, there's laws and justice and compensations.
Hey, look, beef stew.
Ah, that's the stuff I
Hey,
like.
get your hand out of that, you lug.
Oh, yeah, them fellas are like pigs in a saloon.
Say, what's that passenger doing aboard?
Maybe he's on a pleasure trip.
Well, a man that would go to sea for pleasure would go to Hades for a pastime.
He's an author. He will put you all in a book.
Land sakes, I don't want to be in no book.
I suppose you've spent most of your life at sea, Mr. Pike.
Yes, since I was 12.
Oh.
I was boy then in the Flying Cloud when she made the passage round the Horn in 89 days. 89 days from Sandy Hook to Frisco, sir.
When was that?
In 1860. Them was the days. Half the crew in irons most of the time. 3 men shot by the officers in one day. The second mate killed dead and no one to know who done it. And drive.
Sounds rather uncomfortable.
Aye, it was rough. But that's all stopped. A sailor's a gentleman nowadays and only wants to lie on the hatch and watch the yards swing round. You can't lift your hand or your voice to them. Are you fond of music, Mr. Pathurst?
Why, yes.
With your permission, Captain.
Certainly, Mr. Pike.
You remember Captain Somerset?
I do indeed, Mr. Pike.
Saving your presence, Captain, the finest master I ever served under. When he was an old man over 70, his devil of a second mate caught him in his bunk and beat him to death for the sake of a few $100.
Did you know the man who did it?
I've never come up with him. But one day I will. His name's Sidney Waltham. He pleaded insanity for having his head chopped open some years before by a crazy sea cook. He got 7 years. He's free now, but he's got that mark unmistakable. He may change his name, but he can't change that. Sailors always drift back to sea, and one day Waltham and I will meet. Nearly 8 bells, and time I was on deck. I wish you good night, Mr. Patters, and pleasant dreams.
Good night.
Seeing you later, sir.
Southeast, nothing to windward.
Southeast, nothing to windward.
Southeast, sir.
Southeast. All right, Mr. Miller, I'll take it.
Aye, sir. Mr. Pike seems to me a very fine type of officer, Captain. Real old sea dog. And I would say, without knowing anything about it, of course, that Mr. Malaire is also a very able officer. Must be very interesting, your book.
The Bible, Mr. Bathurst.
Well, Captain, I think I'll say good night.
Good night, Mr. Bathurst.
Good night.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Enjoying your first evening aboard?
Oh, yes. Of course, there doesn't seem to be much to do.
No. If you care for a game of cards at any time, I'd be happy to give you one.
That's a very good idea. Why not now?
By all means.
No, after you. Sit down. Have a drink?
Thanks.
Help yourself. Well, what shall we play?
You know cribbage?
No.
I'll teach you if you like. Real sailor's game.
Good. I like to learn.
Gotta make your own amusement aboard ship, you know.
A fine lot of saps you are. You can talk big in here, but no one would sit by me when I tackled the mate this morning.
And he sure made a mug out of you.
He will make bigger mugs out of all of you before long, unless you will get together and stand up for your rights.
Anyone will think that you're the first to try to get the better of Pike.
A seaman must know the law, look you, and the regulations which are made for his protection. Now, I know sea law, and I myself will tell this, Mr. Pike.
Pipe down, you wetbag! Does he think he can show the rest of us? Stop that row! Like a bellowing menagerie. Fellow can't hear himself think.
Well, luck is with you, Mr. Malaire.
Yes, it is, for once in a while.
It's a darn good game. I'm getting the hang of it. Here. Can you give me another?
Sure. Now, here's to your revenge.
My deal, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Come in.
Pardon the intrusion, Mr. Bathurst. Mr. Malaire, there seems to be a good deal of noise coming from the forecastle. Will you go and put a stop to it, please?
My watch below, sir.
I know that, Mr. Malaire.
Excuse me, Mr. Bathurst. Duty calls.
Mr. Bathurst, I must ask you not to play cards or otherwise entertain my officers in your cabin. They have their duty to do.
tell you you're wrong to set yourself against the mate.
What does he expect for a buck a day? Lord Nelson?
Hooray for Ireland!
Hooray for Hades.
Well, every man for his own country.
Go on then, let yourselves be beaten. It's your own business.
I don't like your tone, mister.
But he's right.
No, he's not
Every
right.
word he
What's all this noise in here? Don't let me hear any more of it.
Good evening, sir.
Yes?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Pike.
Good morning.
Mr. Pike, may I ask you a question about the working of the ship?
You may, Mr. Pepper.
How's the ship steered?
By a man at the wheel.
Oh, who's at the wheel now?
O'Sullivan, I think.
Oh, no, he isn't.
And who is?
Nobody, Mr. Pike.
What? Hand to the wheel! Mr. Miller! Find O'Sullivan and Mr. Miller. Jump to it! Keep her as she goes. As she goes. Aye, aye, sir. O'Sullivan! Where have you been? I'll teach you to leave the wheel. Get back to the helm. I'll talk to you later. Where have you been stowed away, Mr. Miller?
I haven't been stowed away at all, sir.
And where was your helmsman?
He was at the wheel when I left a minute ago. That man ought to be straitjacketed.
He's all right and he's properly looked after. Now, look here, Mr. Malay. I'm not going to argue the point with you. It's up to you to look after the ship. If this happens again, I'll have you logged. What do you want, Pussy?
Davis won't turn out of his bunk, sir. Says he's sick.
You ain't gonna make it, my boy.
Don't you worry, shipmate. I know what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
Look out, here he comes.
What's the matter with you?
I got pains all over, sir.
Since when?
Well, when was it you struck me, sir? It is your blows have brought out the sores all over my body.
You lying dog, you.
You were rotten before you ever joined the ship.
Oh, no, sir, no. I was very well. I did full duty as able seaman before the sickness got hold of me. All hands can testify to that. I know the law, you see, sir. I'll have to summons you before the court for your brutal treatment, sir.
You shut your tea-lawyer's mouth, eh?
That's right. Strike me again and make my sickness worse. The courts will increase my compensation.
Not if we bury you at sea. And let me tell you this, Davis. You ain't the first sea lawyer that's been dropped over the side with a sack of coal to his feet. Put him in the sick bay, bosun. Keep him there. See that he doesn't infect the ship.
Go on, Davis. Turn out.
So long, dirty old Pike.
Go on, get a move on. Get a move on.
You're right, Mr. Malaya, sir. Risking the ship to put a madman at the wheel.
What are you doing here?
Get forward where you belong. You must keep the men in their place, Mr. Malaire. There's plenty of work for them aloft. Keep them at it. Please, full brace.
Oh. So this is your hospital, eh?
Yes. You've a cabin to yourself. You're lucky. And so are your shipmates.
Oh, it smells like a pigsty. Aren't you ashamed to put a sick man in here?
What do you expect? A sanitarium with nurses in uniform?
Oh, but look, you, this sick bay is in a foul condition. Will you agree to that?
A sight too good for you.
Oh, get out, you old basket.
Avast there! Heave to and belay! Now, how was that?
Sounds grand. What does it mean?
Now, there you have me. No.
Can you climb?
Sure I can.
Up there?
Way up there, you mean? Oh, of course, yes. Lead the way, sailor. Well, here we are. How's that?
Not bad for a beginner.
You think a writer's bound to be a bit of a softy, don't you?
Oh, no. Why?
Well, compared with all these husky sailormen.
Why don't you why a writer shouldn't be a man as well?
Now, that's awfully nice of you. I thank you very much.
Don't mention it.
You make a very pretty picture with the sea and wind and everything.
You don't have to pay me compliments, you know.
I know. But I want to.
You always do everything you want.
Mm-hmm. That's the first rule of life.
Be careful. I'm only a simple sailor girl. You might turn my head.
I wouldn't mind doing that. Next time I shall climb way up there, on top of the mast, just to show you.
Then I'll take a picture of you and you can send it to...
To who?
The pretty girls who saw you off.
Oh.
I'm sure they'd be very impressed. Look, isn't it magnificent?
Oh, sir, you must excuse me for being out so late. For if my parents knew of it, he's a milliner, a true and honest man. My mother, she's a modelist, so I do the best I can. She's a dark and roving eye, and her hair hung down in ringlets. A nice girl, a decent girl, but one of the rakish kind. I took her to a tavern and treated her.
Well, here we are. We had to be quieter in here, away from them noisy, uneducated devils.
There you are. Card table, easy chair, all ready to go.
You couldn't be more comfortable in your own West End flat.
The officers coming here?
Oh, only Malaire. And he's all right. Well, here's what I get me own back.
Only we had a drink.
You're right.
She's a dark and roving eye, and her hair hung down in ringlets. A nice girl, a decent girl, but one of the rakish kind.
We made so bold as to come in here, sir, on account of the shindy in the forecastle.
Of course, if you have any objections.
Oh, that's all right. You can stay here.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
If you might like to join us in a game, sir.
Sure, it'll be a great honor you'll be doing this, sir. Well, Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind taking a hand.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
He's thinking about his sweetheart, ain't you?
Why don't you carry her off?
I will. I'll carry it off in the night. A dark night. When the moon's the other side. I'll creep into her cabin. And she lying there, sleeping so sound and soft. I'll take her off gently.
Hi, your dog's scaring my chickens.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Andy! Come on.
What the blazes? Ah! It's that Irish maniac. After him, the murdering loony. Go on, get him down. Keep her close there. Handle off from the mizzen top.
That's the main yard.
Weather main brace. All hands on deck, bosun.
Down helm.
Clear away the lee boat.
I've got it.
Way up.
Hold on to one of that.
Will you let me stay in the sea? I don't want to. Will you let me go? Will you let me go? I don't want to. I want to stay in the sea. Will you let me go?
All right, give way together. Give way, boys.
Come on out of there. Get up there.
Oh, why? What for? Oh, no, sir, that is impossible. I am a sick man. I cannot climb up there.
Stop squawking. Do as you're told.
Oh, no, sir, no. You have not the right.
Gotta be smart, eh? Get up.
Take me out of here. Will you let me out of there? I can't take me out of there. No, don't lash me up. Will you let me go? I can't do it. Will you let me down there?
Truss him up properly.
Let me go. I can't do it. I can't take it. Don't lash me up. Let me go.
Why did you want to kill me?
Because you want to take her from me. But she's not for you. She's mine. She's mine. Mine, I tell you.
No use talking to him, Mr. Pathurst. The man's demented. Lord have mercy on him.
Where are we now?
There, you see. 37 days out and roughly 300 miles east of the River Plate. Can be very nasty around here at times.
Seems to be very calm now. You see that black line over the horizon? There's wind behind that, probably a pampero.
What is a pampero, anyway?
Thunder and lightning and wind like the wrath of God.
Your father seems to look forward to trouble.
Father loves the sea. He's always going to retire, but he never does, and I don't suppose he ever will.
Hey, O'Sullivan, where are you? Give that to me here. Ah, but where's O'Sullivan gone to? Oh, he's gone away. He was fed up, look you, with being lashed to his bunk, so he went away.
I'll go on.
Yeah, it's true.
Then I'll take his rub to the galley in case he comes back.
Oh, no, give that here to me, you. I am hungry this morning.
Here, no fooling. Where's O'Sullivan?
Oh, he has gone home, back to Ireland, to see his family. He was homesick, look you.
The old man smells bad weather. Better see all clear for taking in the Royals and the Gallanson.
All right, sir.
Well,
Please, sir, O'Sullivan's not in his bunk, and Davis is acting very queer.
where's O'Sullivan?
I gave him a crack on the head and put him over the side.
Why did you do it?
Because he bothered my sleep, because he annoyed me. I hope the next time better judgment will be shown at what kind of a man is put in with me. Besides, that upper bunk ain't no place for me, and me a sick man.
You cowardly black.
Now, what are you going to do about it, eh? The man's dead, ain't he? And I did it in self-defense, mind you. I know the law. What right had you to put a raving lunatic in with me, and me sick and helpless?
Davis, you'll answer for this. Killing a loony lashed down to his bunk and harmless. You'll follow him overside, my bucko.
If I do, you'll hang for it, sir. You daren't face a court of law with your record, I know that. I'll have witnesses to testify to your threats and brutalities.
Shut your mouth or I'll knock it out of your face.
Oh, you can't get my goat, mister. I ain't scared of you. I know the law and my rights, and I got witnesses.
There's been murder in the shipwreck. Davis is done for O'Sullivan. Put him over the side. He ought to be in irons, though he is a sick man.
I'll see him later. The glass is falling. We'll have to get some of the sail off her.
Think we're in for it, sir.
Haul the project up and get the royals off her.
Aye, aye, sir. Lay off! Go on! Taking a pocket handkerchief like that. Who told you to come down that way? Get back onto that yard. Yeah, you lose your watch below and don't even get a shot of rum for it.
They ain't got no right to treat us men like dogs. Now here come the big noise.
Look at you all. Worn out, eh? They treat you like dogs. And it darn well serves you right, too.
Go on, you bragging parasite. You don't overwork yourself.
You'll go on working for Pike till you drop, because you haven't the guts to stand up to him. Well, it's your own funeral, but there'll be some of you who'll never see Frisco, I can tell you.
O'Sullivan's gone under already, and you know what he died of.
Well, what of it? To kill a madman is an act of public welfare. Good riddance. And you're all as mad as he if you do not see that your officers are bullies and slave drivers. You should unite yourselves the better to make them see reason, even if you have to use force.
Of an English summer.
Don't you wish you were at home and comfort?
All that is over for me. I'm a new man.
What?
I said I am a new man.
Oh. Let's see.
I've been to see before, Margaret.
Oh. Like this before?
Never.
It's not. What is it?
Margaret, darling.
Mr. Malaire, what does this mean?
Captain, I didn't mean it. I lost money at cards, wanted to borrow. A moment of madness.
Mr. Malaire, go to your cabin. You are under arrest.
No, I won't go to my cabin. We settle this now.
Don't play the fool, Malaire. Give me that knife.
You let me go and keep silence, or I'll do for you.
We've been waiting for you, Mr. Malaire.
I was detained.
Good night, Margaret.
Good night, Miss Jack.
It's your plane, Mr. Malaire.
Captain West. Mr. Pike! Mr. Pike! Captain has been murdered. And by Captain.
Why him? You could understand it if they tried to kill me. That old swine Pike. But him.
Ready to go, Miss Malaire.
Huh?
Malaire! Malaire!
Mr. Belair!
Mr. Miller, the mate's calling you.
Mate?
There's something funny about that guy tonight.
I wouldn't think it possible anyone could do such a thing. But I'll find the rat, and I won't need judge and jury to see that he gets what's coming to him. Company of the Elsinore, we're all assembled to pay our last respects to our captain, who met his death at the hands of a coward. Captain West showed us all a good example by his upright life, his fine seamanship, his courage, and his devotion to duty. He stood for all that is best in the service of the sea. His body lies here before us, but we know that his spirit is already at rest in safe harbor. We now commit his body to the deep. God rest his soul. Now, men, you've got a new master in this hooker, and pretty soon some of you will find it out. To begin with, I gave the murderer till the end of the service to confess. But since he hasn't come forward, I'll put every man during his watch below in irons till the guilty man gives himself up.
Oh, me, personally, I take no part in this. No, I'm a sick man. Right now I should be in my bunk. But my shipmates have asked me for my advice since I'm in the law, which makes it my duty.
Mr. Belair, put that man in irons.
I'll trouble you to be more civil, Mr. Pike.
Mr. Belair, put that man in irons.
He can't.
Well, Mr. Belair, you hear me?
You're going too far, Mr. Pike.
We want Belair.
Trouble come in, Mr. Potter.
I'm waiting, Mr. Belair.
We want Belair.
Don't move. Sidney Waltham.
Now you've done it.
Mutiny. That's what it is. I'm having no part in this. I'm getting out of it.
It's mutiny, all right, Mr. Pappas.
Well, Mr. Pike, what do we do now?
Oh, don't you worry. We hold all the provisions. Before long, the rats will come crawling out and begging for food. But Waltham is in there, and I'm going to get him. First, let's see who we've got. It's you, Henry, Spink, Good man.
They've got the bosun, sir.
Louis, Tom, Andy, where's the steward?
Here he is. I saved Mrs. Enns. Find the murderer. He's no better than the murderer himself.
If you take my advice, you'll give up this business. Mutiny never came to no good. You'll all be hanged ashore if you go on with it.
And you'll be hanged at sea if you don't stop your bleating, you old sheep.
Lay down. They're better armed than we are.
What's the matter? Lost your nerve?
No, but they got 3 of us already.
Then there's the grub.
Hey, the grub's all stored up.
We'll get the grub.
Give me that
all
right.
Who will? You? Yeah. I will. Now listen to me, all of you. I've pulled off tougher jobs than this ashore. Ain't got away with it. All you got to do is to take your orders from me and we'll be running this ship inside 2 days. But if you rat now, you'll spend the rest of your lives in jail. Those who don't hang. That's so. Ain't it, Mr. Malaire?
Yeah, that's so.
My friends, I tell you, your case is clear. If you curl under to Pike, you are lost. There's only one course for you to take. To fight like men for your freedom.
Well, what do you say?
We're all with you.
Yeah, the boys are all right. Let's stick
right.
with
We
it.
got it.
Right then, we're all set. Now listen, we gotta have strategy. It ain't no use starting anything in daylight. We'll lie low until tonight, and then we'll let them have it.
Supper's ready.
Oh, good. Mutinies give one quite an appetite, you know. But I'd feel a lot better if you'd stay in your cabin.
Oh, you needn't worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Now's the time. Stand by the Russian when you hear a shot. Go on, kid, you take this. I can't use it.
I got Pike, but it's too hot to stay up there. Come on. What's the matter? Scared? Come on, let him have it.
Strong. That poop's like a regular fortress up there.
I got the mate. Can't you manage the others?
That guy Bathurst is a crack shot. And the girl, too. 3 haven't come back. That's 6 today.
That's enough for one day.
You're right.
Well, I have a crack at Bathurst anyway. Come on. All right. I'll get you yet.
Belly dirty, no good man.
I believe you're right. Now go down and get something to block up the ventilator.
Yes, sir.
How's Mr. Pike?
Mr. Pike, it's in Ed, but no peg out. Go on, go on.
Take in the gallant
Oh, God.
That's not funny business.
Now hold this a minute. How is he?
He doesn't know me. He's delirious.
Taking him to Gallant, sir.
There's nothing we can do.
You must just carry on.
You're in command now.
They seem to be pretty quiet, the folks from now, Mr. Smith.
Yes, but they won't stay quiet. We'll have another 2 months on this passage. And who's going to handle them? Not Pethurst.
Borson.
Yes, sir.
Come here. I want you and Louis to go up onto the main yard.
I ain't taking orders from you, Mr. Pethurst.
Yes, you are. You have your orders?
Yes, sir.
Well, jump to it.
I told you the sea was hard.
Well, Spig's joys, anyway.
Fireworks, sir?
Oh, good. Put it back there. Come, I'll show you something. Like this, see?
Would you mind telling me what you're doing?
Oh, that's just an idea that came to me last night. A little surprise for our friends forward. Next time they should decide to call on us.
I'm fed up with this. We ought to come to terms with them.
Yeah. Terms. What kind of terms do you think you'd get?
We get something to eat anyway.
Say, mates, look what I found.
Rice. Where'd you get it?
Underneath the ventilator shaft. They must have stuffed it with sacks of rice.
What a break. Come on! Get up there and slit open the sack. Watch it, brother. Now, you look at the barrel. Look at the barrel over it. Yes, all right. Make it easy. Look out, the barrel's on the blade. Look out. Watch it now. Here it comes. Look. The right barrel's falling over, fellas. Look out for you. Get another barrel. There's food enough for a week there. Don't lose any of it. Get another barrel.
What is it, man? What is it?
I still light. Me poor, me burn him up, him still up.
Kill me, mate. Kill me. Put me out of my misery, please. Kill me. I can't stand it. Put me out of my misery, please. Oh, it's awful. Please, kill me, mate. Ah! Ah!
Are you going to let him get away with that? We'll show the swine. Malaire, you take one party, I'll take the other.
I've only got one shot.
Well, I'm short, too. You want to know where the ammunition is stored?
Yeah, if I could get at it. The port door's weak. Might get through there.
Well, get through if you can. And shoot to kill. Murphy, you look after the girl.
I'll look after her.
And no quarter, mind.
Yeah.
Come on. And keep under cover till I give the word.
staying there. Waltham!
Well, come on out, boys.
Mr. Bathurst, I'd like to speak to you, sir.
I don't want anything from you, Davy. At least not until we meet in the court of law.
We're starving men, sir.
All we want to do, sir, is to be allowed to go back to work.
Now, that's fine. Well, supposing all hands get sail on her, just to show that you mean it.
What we need, sir, is something to eat first.
And I want you to set the sails first. And you might as well know that what I say goes aboard this hooker. Over there. And after that, we'll talk about food.
All right, sir. We'll turn to.
Good. We'll get a meal for them when they're through.
Aye, aye, sir.
Go lend a hand, the rest of you.
Aye, aye, sir.
Well, let's clear that up.
I'll go and see how your first mate is, sir.
Keep her full and by.
Full and by. Aye, aye, sir.
Come on, Davis. Lend a hand.
What? Me? Oh, no, I'm a sick man.
Aye.
I'm not in a fit state to work. I should never have left the sick bay. It is my back that is wanting treatment. Huh?
If your backside wants treatment, come on. Come on.
Well, Mr. Bathurst, it was a lucky day for the old Elsinore, the day you came aboard her.
He's a real sailor.
You should have a good story for that book of yours. Steady as she goes.